Hello, my amazing students. This is Mrs. A, and we are doing Category 3, Lesson 6, which is graphic solutions to quadratic linear systems and algebraic solutions to quadratic linear systems and solutions to higher ordered systems. So we're going to do a little bit in this first section with quadratic linear solutions. So basically we have one quadratic. Remember, the quadratic is a horseshoe looking shape and a parabola, and then a line that's going either through it or just touching it. We say that's tangent to it when it's just touching it in one spot, or missing it altogether. So here we would have two solutions. Here we would have one solution, and here we would have no solutions, because the solution is the intersection. So if I have two intersections, I have two solutions. One intersection, one solution. No intersections at all, no solutions. Now this is example 1 in your book, and it says find the solution set for the functions graph below. Well, you can see the function very clearly has two intersections. And because it's on a nice grid, we can actually tell where the intersections are. It's at -1 up 4. So -1, 4 is one of the solutions, and the point 2, 1 is the other solution. So I will simply come over here to my answers and look for one that has a -1, 4 and a 2, 1, and that would be answer B. So answer B is the correct solution. Let's look down to example 2. Find the solution set for the functions graph below. Now we have a parabola that is just barely touching, but it's got one point that it's touching here. You can see on this one that all we have to do is be able to get close enough to see the point of intersection. So I've taken 2 more pictures that I'm going to show you after this that show it more closely, but the answer is 0, -3. And now I'll show you those close-up pictures. And that's a pretty simple concept. Now this one is a little bit more complicated. This is one of the model SAT questions. And it says, which of the following graphs shows the solution to the system x squared plus 2x plus 3 and g of x is x minus 3. So when we look at this one, we need to know a little bit about functions. This is an upward facing parabola, and this one is a line. We can automatically eliminate A, B is upward facing, C is upward facing, and D is upward facing. So we can eliminate A because it's not upward facing. The next thing I would do, I would be looking at the line and say, okay, do these all have the same line? This line, y is x minus 3, has a -3y intercept and a positive slope of 1. So the line has to have a positive slope. All of the lines have a positive slope, but which ones have a -3 intercept? Okay, we already eliminated that one. This one has a +3 intercept. We can eliminate that one now. This one has a -3 intercept, and this one has a -3 intercept. So now we're down to C and D. So we're going to have to get a little bit more intense on the parabola and its shape. Look closely at that parabola. How could you factor that parabola? X plus 1, x plus 3, nothing's going to work, is it? 3 and 1 is not, so basically it's not going to have, be an easy factor there. So the next thing I did was go to my quadratic formula, and remember your quadratic formula, x is equal to -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. So I'm going to look over here at what's underneath the square root. Remember, b squared minus 4ac will tell us what type of answer we have. It's called our discriminant, and it tells us what kind of answer we can expect. So when I plugged in my b squared, remember 2 is my b, and a is 1, and c is 3. When I plug that in right there, I get the square root of -8, which is an imaginary number. That means that there is no crossing point to the x-axis. There's not, the parabola is not going to ever cross the x-axis. Therefore, remember we had narrowed it down to C or D. D crosses the x-axis, but C does not. Therefore, our answer must be C. This one is very interesting. They are asking us to create a triangle in our mind. It says the vertices of triangle T are the origin, which is 0, 0. Okay, so 0, 0 is right there. And the solution set of the functions, the parabola and the line shown below. So the solution set here is where they cross here at -2, 0, and where they cross here at 0, 2. So the triangle that they're talking about is 0, 0, 0, 2, and -2, 0. What is the area of triangle T? Well, we know a triangle is 1/2 base times height. If we let this one be the base, and we let this one be the height, then we've got a base of 2, a height of 2, and 1/2 2 times 2 is 1/2 of 4, which is 2. So the area of triangle T is 2, and that will be A, and they give us right there the answer choice is A. And that is the A part of this section. This is Mrs. A, and may God bless your day.